You don't get a mom. Okay. This is from a funny thing happened on the way to the Gynecological Oncology Unit at Kettering Sloan Kettering Memorial Hospital.
Yeah, it's got the wrong title.
Bravo.
That's the one I'm going to.
All right.
I'm gonna shout you out later.
Kendricks has the script. We're stopping after I say, you don't understand my charming, irreverent, dark sense of humor at all.
Okay.
Okay?
Anything you want us to watch for?
This particular character is supposed to be kind of,
I am.
a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So, the lines would be kind of light, soft type of thing, not just more of a light type of character. If that makes sense.
How do you mean light?
So with the lines, kind of just easy going, kind of fun here and there. So I want to make sure that delivers.
Light as in making light of.
Yes.
Okay.
That delivers throughout. If you know what I mean.
I do.
Delivers throughout.
So you don't let the weightiness of this get to you.
Yes. Don't
Okay.
let the weightiness that get to me, but still you're able to hear that. How do I want to say it? In reading the lines and learning the lines, I just thought it was a very light pace to deliver the lines.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
now?
It does. Okay. Chris?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything particular.
All right. Do me a favor, back your chair up about, as in back it sort of over this way a little bit more. There we go. That works. There we go.
And so you want us to turn like this and do like that, Keith?
Well, you're talking to your mom with sharing your lines with her, right? Your comedy with her at this point. Is there none of that left? Well, you can face anywhere you want then.
Because we kind of figured that our chairs kind of might have been turned this way. But since you got them this way, we can do it that way.
Well, no, I just put them there because you said they were on the
Right.
side of the curtain. Turn your
Chris,
chairs
what do
however you
think?
want.
I think, yeah.
I'm not trying to impose anything
I
on
think
here.
we'll do it. We'll see. We'll see.
Feel free to move the chairs in the scene as you see fit.
Chairs are fine. We'll work.
No. Like,
We just knew it was going to be the divider. We just knew the mothers were going to be laid here, and we just knew. I kind of thought that maybe the chair would be.
Francis, move the chair
upside
any way
down.
you'd like the chair to be. I don't care, really. I don't.
I'm just trying
Put
to
it
get
the way it was in your rehearsal, for fuck's sake.
I'm just trying to get in my mind. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
I'm just. Hey, I'm just trying to think about it.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Stand by. Final munches, please.
Jeez. That's not eating broken glass. God,
Here we go. Stand by. Action.
I like it so much better now that I know you're a millionaire. Got that right there. That was wrong. I said the wrong thing. Let's take that from the top. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
I like you so much better now that I know you're a millionaire.
A lot of people do.
Is your apartment really nice?
What?
I have a bunch of questions that I always want to ask rich people, but I never do because it's rude, of course.
Okay.
Where do you live?
Central Park West.
in like one of those huge dormant buildings?
Yeah.
How many bedrooms?
What? Why do you care? 5.
5?
One of them we use as an office.
For what? You don't even work.
Well, you know, I still
Did you
need
have an
to...
interior decorator to design it?
You have a lot of issues around money.
No, I don't. Shut up. What's the color palette?
What? I don't know. Seafoam green?
Seafoam green?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
What do you mean
You mean
don't?
the accents are seafoam green?
No, the...
What, the entire apartment is seafoam green?
Yeah, the...
Wait, you mean you have like a seafoam green couch and like a seafoam green rug? The walls are seafoam green? Lighting fixtures?
I don't know, okay? I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I haven't been there in a couple of months. I'm subletting a place a few blocks from my old... I don't know why I decided to stay in the same neighborhood. Stupid. I guess I thought it would be easier for... Anyway, it's not. So... And I hate my new place. Nothing in it's mine. It's not so bad.
Well, I bet your new place that you hate is like 10,000 times nicer than my apartment.
Money doesn't change your life as much as you think it will.
It's just something rich people say to make poor people feel better.
It doesn't. So you can what? Buy a nice car, get a flat screen TV, take a cool vacation? Those things don't fix, you know, what's in here.
What's in there?
Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah. And you probably don't buy yourself like new TVs or televisions or cars or anything like that.
What do you want from me?
You won't even buy me a cup of coffee.
I get you coffee all the time.
Yeah, but you always make me pay you back.
Well, it...
And you always text me the exact amount of money that I owe you, like, while you're buying it.
Well, it's...
And then you're like, hi, Carla, your almond milk latte is like $5.23. Exact change would be preferable, please.
Well, it is very overpriced here.
But the money, it helps with this. Like, you don't have to worry about all this shit, right? Like, you don't even need insurance.
I don't know.
Wow.
Does your mother have?
Yeah, she has insurance. Run that line for me.
Oh, her insurance is terrible.
Oh, her insurance is terrible, which is hilarious, because she's a social worker. It's like, thanks for the help, U.S. government. Totally fucked. I should probably kill myself. It's a joke. I'm not gonna kill myself. Today. It's a joke. God. You do not get my charming, irreverent, dark sense of humor at all.
Okay, not good. All right, good.
then when you did, it made it a lot more poignant when it was like confronting the problem and you're like directly at her, hey problem, like
Right.
that. So I think it worked really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. Why do you ask her about her mom's insurance?
So, for me, it was a shift in, I've got all this money and she doesn't, and any number of things that I'm going with back and forth. I feel this almost kind of sense of responsibility and caretaker type of thing, like, because I have what I have, I should be doing something to help. I'm trying to get to what that is.
Do you pick up on that?
I know he's just trying to ask me about the insurance or whatever. And there's another part. We got a little more to deliver the next time that will go into that. Yeah.
It builds into that. She starts talking about the medical condition. And then
Right.
it takes another
And the
bit of a
bills
turn.
and-
Because
Right.
more to the scene. Is what
The
you're
little
More
one
to
of
this
this
particular
this-
scene we're gonna do.
Cool.
And then, incidentally, shortly after, it builds a little bit more on her kind of taking that as I'm trying to come in as this knight to save
Gotcha.
with the money
Right.
and all this stuff, and she don't want to have any.
Chris,
Sorry.
real quick, what were you thinking before she interrupted you? You had kind of a ready to pounce expression. Like before she even talks to you, you're looking at your magazine, what were you really thinking about?
Just kind of reading through the magazine, switching up the subject. She'd been talking to me about how much money I had in my company and that I sold it, and so I sit around and do nothing, and I have bajillions of dollars lying around. A lot of things don't necessarily matter. I'm uncomfortable about my money status and what I have, which leads to the kind of, she plays that kind of, now you can be my friend because you have so much fucking money. And it's like, yeah, everybody.
That jokey level there, yeah.
So you were waiting, knowing the next thing out of her mouth was going to be irritating.
It was probably going to be something, but at the same time, it's an apparent repeat of the fakeness of people who like you and are your friends and are there because you have what you have.
He had just been telling me how he sold his startup company, and I knew there was money there and all that type of thing. But then also, I'd been noticing the way he dressed. Looking at him, you'd never know he had a dime. So,
Darius, get your question.
Oh, I just was the moment when you say there, or it doesn't fix here, something, and you pointed over him and said here. What did you mean by that? I wasn't really reading it.
when he's pointing, he's kind of pointing at his head, like everything going on. And when I'm pointing, it's not just in his head, but everything. His heart, what he's thinking, everything.
It wasn't really clear to me.
Okay.
I took it as like what was going on in the room.
Yeah,
Or
that's,
his,
that's the way it
like-
read.
Well, so that's, for me, it's the pause and the small beat in there is me changing the direction a little bit intentionally, where the vacations and the cars and the other stuff, it doesn't fix, and the thought is the head, and I divert to the fact that we've got a pair of mothers here.
So
and-
you mean that you're here,
So-
but she's talking about you personally.
Right. So she picks up.
So
I
she's
feel she
not
picks up
addressing what's happening
on
in
me
the-
addressing this and this, and she goes personal.
But yours actually read to me. It was just a response, didn't it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was not specific, Francis.
Okay.
How can you make it more specific? Point to the thing you're talking about.
Because
What's in there?
I was thinking, what's in
Point
his
to
heart?
it. Point to it.
Here,
Can't tell what you're pointing at. Point to it.
here,
Point to it.
there.
That's what you need to do in the scene. We're 25 pages into this scene. The love has to start sometime. That kind of physical contact says you guys have become more comfortable with one another than you were at the top of the play. You with me?
I know.
So about
we
20
haven't got
pages.
there yet, have we?
So about 20 pages in, there's a comfort coming. that's developed.
It's the working, so, because we've gone through the
Clothes.
sweatpants
Right.
are nasty.
Okay.
Everything else is the same, but now I've got proper
Right.
pants on.
Okay.
And so when you physically reach out and you go, yeah, but what's in there? That's a really beautiful moment because it's about physical contact. It makes it specific for us, and then you have to deal
Crossing
with,
the barrier.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
literally.
Yeah, like that partition.
okay.
Yeah, great observation. What do you know about her so far? What do you think of her so far? Before the money thing came up?
She's got issues. She wants to be a comedian.
Mhm.
She's got a way about it that I'm uncomfortable with,
Mm-hmm.
based on the environment, based on the nature, based on just the comedy itself.
Mhm.
Don't necessarily like that, but I think there's an interesting that it's not, because everything else is kind of completely falling.
What do you like about her at this point?
That she just is who she is. There's
So-
reality there.
When the money comes up, what about that understanding of her disappoints you when the money comes up?
It goes back to there was something I originally didn't want to talk about what I did, what I have, where I got this money, because there's breaks.
Yeah.
I don't work. I sold I was a tech guy. Wait, you had a startup that you sold for ridiculous amounts of money that you no longer have to work anymore? And when it comes and we looked at it, she's joking and she's poking the bear per se, but he's still defensive, and goes, yeah, okay, cool, like everybody else, disappointment.
Well, yeah, and I think disappointment is the stronger emotion than any anger about it.
Right.
You know, because what do you talk about in the hospital room with the person that you sit next to that you don't know?
Nothing.
What's your mom have? Why is she in here? Oh, she's dying. What's your mom have? Same thing. She's dying. Yeah. What are her medications like? Oh, that shit. I don't even want to go into that. Yeah, I understand. And when that runs out, it turns to, what do you do for a living? And it's the same old shit. You walk in here, she's here, and what do you get? Okay, Mom, how about this? So her pussy's so tight, and then off it goes, and it's like, what the hell? Pardon me, but that's, essentially, roughly what she's doing in this, telling jokes, like sexual-oriented jokes, and suddenly you're not getting any of that, and there's an element of that that's like, what a huge relief. And now it turns to what? Fuck.
Money.
Yeah. So I think that at the top is a really powerful place to start. It's a good place to start. Go ahead, keep going, guys. I wanted to jump on that.
I was just gonna ask you what your wife/ex-wife was like.
Hmm.
She was driven, knew what she wanted in life, passionate, opposite of me in a lot of ways, but made me feel good about things, but also, I guess, deceitful. Not necessarily the word I want to use to put on that, but the realization of, so we put this thing together, we've been together, we get married, we build this business, and then about love and matchmaking, and we're married and we have children, and then you leave for another woman, so yeah, wow, I suck, and how much of that have you hidden, and it's another woman leaving me in my life.
Why'd you ask the question? I'm curious.
Huh?
Why'd you ask the question? I'm curious.
I'm just curious about the attraction to someone like her. So are they similar? Are they different? Is that your hesitation when the money comes up? Was your ex money hungry? Is this like a red flag about her? You can't get too close to her?
It's a great question.
It's a little bit of both, and I think a sprinkling of the female issues. Gone, gone, gone. Why start something else that's going to perpetually be gone for whatever the reason is? There's reality that seems to be true, and whatever the drive of the wife was and those things, it couldn't turn out to be other motives, other things have gone on, and so there's a bit of refreshing, but there's still some holy wreck, because there's a few similarities, but not a lot. The money thing, because I don't know that I don't feel it was the money that drove the wife away. That's where the rest of my general relationships come into play, because at this point I have none. Estranged-ish from the son who just wants money, who also perpetuates that thing of, I'm taking money from your account, I just dropped $3,000 because you, and I'm on drugs, and so.
So it is or is not a red flag?
The money thing, yeah.
Okay.
It's a recurring issue for me, so.
So this destroys?
Not absolutely. I think it stops me and it makes me hesitant in so many of the pieces.
Great. So why do you agree to talk about it? You say, okay.
I got nothing else to do. I mean, I don't
think that's strong enough.
I don't like it.
You could get up and go get a cup of coffee.
I think somewhere there's hope inside.
That.
That it doesn't all just end in pain and suffering.
That's very noble. Okay. I have difficulty understanding how something philosophical like that plugs itself into a tiny moment like this. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's a big existential sort of question. I still have hope in mankind, and that people can't be like this. So let's have this conversation. Ask me questions about money. I think it has to do with her. I think it has to do with here. I think it has to do with how you deal with people who ask you questions about your wealth and the kinds of questions you normally get. So when you say, okay, ask me questions about my wealth, my money, what questions are you expecting versus, all right, where do you live? How many bedrooms does it have? That's what you get. And does that butt heads with your expectation of like, is like how much, she never asks how much money you have.
Right.
She never asks,
She didn't ask how much you paid for your house.
Exactly. So so I think it's easier to go in the direction of, all right, fine, I've dealt with little assholes before, talking to me about money, lay it on me. And then you get something it doesn't make any sense to you, because it's about things that you don't think about.
Yeah.
And I think what has to happen there has to be a definitive physical turn. And right now, the physical choreography is not working for me because it's not mirroring what's happening in the scene. So you're facing sort of away from one another, and when you say, okay, offer yourself. Can I see what that looks like real quick? Let's take it a line back from the okay. I've always had questions about...
I have a bunch of questions that I'll
Take it from there.
ask each people.
I have a bunch of questions.
Don't you turn yet. He hasn't offered.
All right. I have a bunch of questions I always wanted to ask rich people, but I don't because it's rude, of course.
Okay.
Where do you live?
So I kind of like what this does here. Keep going. There's going to be a reason to turn away and turn back again. Keep going.
Where do you live?
Central Park West.
Like one of those huge dormant buildings?
Yeah.
How many bedrooms?
What? Why do you care? 5.
5?
One of them we use as an office.
For what? You don't even work.
Well,
Did you have
I
an
still
interior
need to-
decorator design it?
You have a lot of issues around money.
No, I don't. Shut up.
There's your opportunity. Maybe that's the end. Try it. Did you have an interior designer?
Did you have an interior decorator design it?
You have a lot of issues.
Turn around, yeah.
No, I don't. Shut up. What's the color palette?
I don't know. Seafoam green?
Seafoam green?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
What do you mean you don't?
You mean the accents are seafoam green?
No,
What, the entire apartment seafoam green?
Yeah, the.
Wait, you mean you have like a seafoam green rug? And a seafoam green couch? And like the walls are seafoam green? And the lighting fixtures?
I don't know, okay? I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
Don't, and break the eye contact too.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Check in with her.
I'm sorry.
Now what does that do? Brings you back together.
I haven't been there in.
So you see what this does? Suddenly the physical choreography of when you face one another, when you address one another, it mirrors the ebb and flow of the relationship.
Okay.
So just like in the previous scene, it's sort of telling us where to look, and it changes the humor. So
Right.
suddenly what we have is, okay, oh, they're starting to trust one another. They're fighting over colors. What the hell? And so
Okay.
it creates a contrast between the visual comfort and then the sudden conflict that you're having until you turn away, and then it balances the scales for us. We have these emotional tentacles as viewers, and we're always reading body language, even if we don't do it consciously. And what you do with that is you send us a mixed signal that actually works to help make this a little bit funnier. And also to help us believe you kind of are into each other a little bit.
Yep.
It starts to build this connection that results in what you get at the end of the play. It's nice. That's good. Can we see it one more time? Stand by. Action.
I like you so much better now that I know you're a millionaire.
A lot of people do.
Is your apartment really nice?
What?
I have a bunch of questions that I always want to ask rich people, but I never do because it's rude, of course.
Okay.
Where do you live?
Central Park West?
In like one of those huge dormant buildings?
Yeah.
How many bedrooms?
Why do you care? 5.
5?
One of them we use as an office.
For what? You don't even work.
You know. I
Did you
still
have an
need to-
interior decorator design it?
You have a lot of issues around money.
No, I don't. Shut up. What's the color palette?
What? I don't know. Seafoam green?
Seafoam green?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
What do you mean you don't?
You mean the accents are seafoam green?
No, the.
What, the entire apartment seafoam green?
Yeah, the.
Wait. You mean you have like a couch that's seafoam green? And a rug that's seafoam green? And the walls are seafoam green? The lighting fixtures?
I don't know, okay? I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I haven't been there in a couple of months. I'm subletting a place a few blocks from my old. I don't know why I decided to move in the same neighborhood. Stupid. I guess I thought it would be easier for. Anyway, it's not. So. And I hate my new place. Nothing in it's mine. And. I don't know. Maybe it's not so bad.
Well, I bet your new place that you hate is like 10,000 times nicer than my apartment.
Money doesn't change your life as much as you think it will.
That's just something rich people say to make poor people feel better.
It doesn't. So you can what? Buy a nice car? Get a flat screen TV? Take a cool vacation? Those things don't fix what's in here.
What's in there?
Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah. I bet you don't even buy yourself like new TVs or vacations or cars or anything, I bet.
What do you want from me?
You won't even buy me a cup of coffee.
I get you coffee all the
Yeah,
time.
but you always make me pay you back.
Will it?
And you're like, text me the exact amount of money that I owe you, like while you're buying it.
Well, it's...
And you're always like, hi Carla, your almond milk latte is $5.23. Exact change would be preferable, please.
Well, it is very overpriced here.
But the money does help with this. I mean, you don't have to worry about any of this shit, right? Like you don't even need insurance.
I don't know.
Wow. Wow.
Does your mother have insurance?
She has insurance, which is... Give me that line again.
Her insurance is terrible, which is
Oh, her
hilarious.
insurance is terrible, which is hilarious, because she's a social worker. It's like, thanks for the help, U.S. government. Totally fucked. I should probably shoot myself. Shit. It wouldn't shoot myself, it's kill myself, right? I should probably kill myself. Lost that whole thing. I'm sorry, Keith.
Stay in the scene, Francis. I don't care what comes out of your mouth. Stay in the scene. Just get to the end. Here we go.
Damn. I should probably kill myself. It's a joke. I'm not gonna kill myself. Today.
Don't give it away. Don't look at him on today. No. You're doing great.
I should
Say it again. You can look at him on that part. Then go to your notebook.
Okay.
Say today while you don't look at him.
Okay. I should probably kill myself. I'm not gonna kill myself. Today. That was a joke. God. You don't understand my my charming, irreverent, dark sense of humor at all.
Good. Cut. Nice. Good. Don't stop beating yourself up. Stop beating yourself up. Stop it, Francis. Stop it. Stop it. I'm tired of watching it.
Yeah.
No. I'm serious. Cut yourself some slack, and push through the scene. Stay in it. I want to see the life. I don't want to see the words necessarily.
Yeah.
I want to see the life.
I know.
So stay in it. I think not looking at him sells the joke better. Because then you look up to see if he got your joke, and he doesn't, and I just think that plays better.
Okay.
It's a nice scene, guys. I like where you're headed with it. I think that there's
I gotta say, I love comedic Francis. Like, I'm enjoying this so much.
Yeah.
Love your delivery. Amazing.
Was it like I explained I wanted it to be, Keith?
light.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, and like your tone too, and like the
Your voice
different.
changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's Francis. It's natural, non-acting Francis.
Okay.
I have an observation. As many times as I've seen Francis perform, she always has a fuck in her dialogue. At least one or two.
Yeah.
It's just an observation.
What now?
You always have a fuck or two in your dialogue, I've noticed.
That's funny.
Really?
That's amazing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make sure we write every scene with a fuck in it for Francis.
Okay.
Here's what I gotta tell you though, that whole thing about where he's trying to interrupt you, where you're talking about,
Yeah.
yeah, but the,
Coffee?
yeah, about the coffee, memorize that as a monologue and never pause for him. Interject in the middle, because the pauses aren't working. It's halty. Memorize it as a monologue. You know, you just do this, and you just text me, tell me how much it is. Okay, 3, and just kind of squeeze them in there and let them overlap.
So I memorize it that way and let him cut in.
Yeah, because waiting for him to cut in is exactly what it
Then
feels
we were
like.
doing it the opposite.
Yeah, no, memorize the whole thing, even though his lines are in there.
You just keep on.
You just keep talking.
Let him
And
cut
I'll
in.
Yeah.
Jump in with the brief, but you
Damn,
just keep
we
running over.
rehearsed it wrong. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just, no, you didn't rehearse it wrong.
I know what you're saying.
But just that'll help that. So you have the harder job because she's funny. And you have a couple of funny lines, and where it really sells is you opening up. You're the one that offers vulnerability. She has a defense mechanism that's much more resilient. You do not. Your anger is a result of betrayal. The betrayal that comes from having people die, having people leave you. You're Layla. You know? But your defense mechanism is more easily released than hers is. And that's sort of what's interesting about this whole play, this whole plot, is of the course of things, it's harder for her to stop being funny and be real than it is for you. And so you've got these moments where the wall goes up, the wall comes down, the wall goes up, the wall comes down. I'd love you to find a moment in here, possibly, where you laugh at something she says. She's a comedian. They're always funny. And then realize it wasn't really meant to be funny, the way you think about it. She's laughing about something, and you laugh because she's laughing, but then you realize, and then let that fade. I think there's at least one opportunity in there, maybe two. Pick one of them, and see how that plays. Play with that in rehearsal, because it makes you her audience, which is what essentially she's looking for in everybody. But at the same time, then it allows you then to own the reality, which then pulls her. You know, it cracks. It's like tapping the eggshell on the 3-minute egg.
Right.
Of her defense mechanism, of her humor.
There was an headphone that said nothing.
So what?
Nothing.
Huh?
Accidental interruption.
Okay. Other comments?
Peacock tail.
Peacock tail.
Peacocks have tails.
I think that's right. Say that by itself.
There we go, peacock tail. Just leave it on there. Karen, I did not believe that you were on the verge of death.
She was constantly
Yeah.
moving, toes was wiggling.
I didn't say anything. I was just like, most dead people don't
I just
breathe.
went
They
with
just
it.
don't breathe.
Just stop that. All of
She's not dead. She's just really badly wounded.
and here's what I gotta say. Having you there, extremely helpful for you
Yeah.
to be able to look down at her.
You know,
Yeah.
So thank you for doing it.
When they were talking about the daggone seafoam agreement crap, I want to say, oh, just tell them.
Yeah. But thank you for doing that, because I think that
Where's
helps.
his mom at? Is his mom passing the scene?
No.
What?
At the end, she died after the scene, right?
Yeah, she's not dead yet.
My mom won't. His
Right,
will.
right.
Yeah.
She does. It becomes a change where I come in because she's already gone
Right.
and dead, and I'm dressed from the funeral and all the other stuff and crawl into the bed.
But we had the sex before before she dies, because they both
Oh,
here.
yeah, in the room,
Yeah,
in the room.
yeah.
And how many pages away is the sex?
Just a couple.
Is it?
I don't think it's that
They
far.
have it in the room in here?
Yes, while you're in there, girl.
Right.
In the bathroom in the room.
In fact, I believe your daughter fluffs you up like a pillow to lay her head right on. So, anyway, so that said, where does that come from, and where are its seeds in what you're showing us? And I think it has to do with what everybody was laughing at with the seafoam green. I think in that exchange, you realize the sort of folly and absurdity, and there's something that is, even though you're objecting to it, even though you're fighting over it, there's something about that's a spark.
That banter spark.
And so that means there has to be spark.
Okay.
Now, Say it.
All peacocks have a tail.
There we go. Thank you.
That is not.
There we
the
go.
line.
Actually,
Every peacock has a tail.
did you write it
I
down?
did, because it was a great line that meant not, I don't know what it meant, but it was amazing.
Well, you can plug it in a lot of ways.
I am. Oh,
I can't wait for the Christmas party.
Why was that not funny?
I just know it's gonna come up at some point. in the
Fair
Christmas
enough.
How
party.
many peacocks are gonna
So,
show up?
there we go.
We should name the cocktail a peacock tail. We should have a
Oh
peacock.
dear. Okay,
It
question?
made me think, just think really hard about the lines. It just, I guess, in my mind, I knew it was supposed to be a comedic and soft type of thing. It just was in my mind.
Well, no, it's not a soft thing at all.
I mean, not as, but
But yeah,
different
no, I
from
know.
what I
I
like.
know what you mean. You know what? Smooth. You know, light. Comedy's aggressive. Comedy is like being stabbed a million times with a very tiny knife that you don't
Okay.
feel. That's not as good as the
Did you
peacock
write
tail.
that
Let's
down?
go home, everybody. Good.